Many of you may believe that your thoughts alone shape your reality, but I tell you now, it is your feelings that breathe life into your thoughts and make them pot. Feelings are the language of the subconscious mind, and it is the subconscious that holds the key to manifestation. When you feel a thing to be true, when you embody the emotion of your desire fulfilled, you are impressing that reality upon your subconscious mind, and the subconscious, being the faithful servant it is, will work tirelessly to bring about circumstances that match this feeling. This is the crux of our discussion today, the very heart of the creative process. Consider for a moment, have you ever noticed how easily you manifest things you deeply fear? This is because fear is a powerful feeling, and what you fear you create. The same principle applies to your desires. When you can feel the reality of your desire with the same intensity as you feel your fears, manifestation becomes inevitable. But how do we cultivate this feeling? This is where visualization comes into play. Visualization is not mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is a deliberate conscious act of creation. When you visualize, you are creating a scene in your mind that implies the fulfillment of your desire. This scene, when imbued with feeling, becomes a seed planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. To visualize effectively, you must engage all your senses. See the scene clearly in your mind's eye. Hear the sounds associated with it. Feel the textures, smell the scents, taste if applicable. Make it as vivid and as real as possible. But remember, the visual aspect is just the beginning. The real power lies in the feeling. As you visualize, immerse yourself in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. If your desire is for wealth, feel the security, the freedom, the joy that comes with financial abundance. If it's a loving relationship you seek, feel the love, the companionship, the deep connection. Whatever your desire, feel it as if it were already yours. This feeling must be so real, so intense, that when you open your eyes and return to your present circumstances, you carry with you a sense of satisfaction as if your desire has already been fulfilled. This is what it means to live in the end, to dwell emotionally in the state of your wish fulfilled. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Wayne, how can I feel something that isn't yet true? And to this I say, your imagination is the bridge between your current reality and your desired state. It is through your imagination that you can step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Even before it manifests in the physics, your imagination is not a flight of fancy or a frivolous faculty. It is the very workshop wherein you fashion your future. When you imagine, you are experiencing reality at its most fundamental level. You are engaging with the pure potential of consciousness, shaping it with your attention and your assumption. To use your imagination effectively, you must first quiet your conscious mind. The chattering of your daily thoughts, your worries, your doubts, these must be silenced. Enter a state of relaxation, a state akin to sleep, but in which you remain consciously aware. In this state, your subconscious mind becomes more receptive to impression. Once in this relaxed state, construct your scene. This scene should be one that implies the fulfillment of your desire. If your desire is for a successful career, you might imagine yourself in your ideal office or receiving congratulations from colleagues. If it's health you seek, imagine yourself engaging in activities that only a healthy person could do. The scene itself should be short and simple. It's not about creating an elaborate story, but about capturing a moment that implies your desire is now a fact. This scene is your platform, the stage upon which you will enact the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Now step into this scene. Don't watch it as a spectator, but experience it from the first-person perspective. Be there in that moment, and as you experience it, let the feeling of fulfillment watch over you. Feel the gratitude, the joy, the satisfaction of having your desire realized. This is where many falter. They can see the scene clearly, but they fail to evoke the feeling. Remember, it is the feeling that gives life to your imaginal act. Without feeling, visualization is merely a mental exercise. With feeling, it becomes an act of creation. As you practice this, you may find that the feeling comes more easily with repetition. Each time you return to your scene, the feeling becomes more vivid, more real. This is good. You are strengthening the impression upon your subconscious mind. But here's a crucial point. Once you have evoked the feeling, once you have impressed it upon your subconscious, you must carry it with you into your waking life. This is where many stumble. They do their visualization exercise. They feel it intensely in the moment, but then they return to their daily life and fall back into old patterns of thought and feeling. To manifest your desire, you must maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even in the face of contradictory evidence. This is where faith comes in. Not blind faith, but faith born of understanding. Understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. When you truly grasp this, you will no longer be swayed by appearances. You will know that what you see around you is the effect, not the cause. The cause lies in your consciousness, in your feeling, and as you persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, your outer world must reshape itself to match this inner conviction. Now let us address a common challenge in this practice, the apparent contradictions of your senses. As you begin to live in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you may find that your current circumstances seem to contradict your assumption. Bills may still need to be paid. Problems may still arise. How do you maintain your feeling in the face of these seeming contradictions? This is where the art of ignoring comes into play. To ignore is not to deny the existence of something, but to refrain from giving it your attention and energy. When contradictory evidence appears, acknowledge it briefly, then immediately return your attention to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Remember, what you see in your outer world is the result of past assumptions, past feelings. It is like an echo of what you once believed. Your task now is to give more attention, more importance, more reality to your new assumption than to these outdated circumstances. This practice requires mental discipline. It requires you to stand firm in your new assumption, even when your senses argue against it. But remember, your senses only show you what has been, not what can be. Your imagination, informed by your feeling, shows you what will be. As you persist in maintaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even in the face of contradictory evidence, you will begin to see changes in your outer world. These changes may start small, a fortunate coincidence, an unexpected opportunity, a shift in someone's behavior towards you. Do not dismiss these as mere chance. They are the first fruits of your new assumption taking root. Now, let us deeper into the nature of feeling. When I speak of feeling, I am not referring merely to emotions. Though emotions play a part, I am speaking of a deeper sense, a known unshackable conviction. It is the difference between saying I want to be wealthy and knowing in the very core of your being, I am wealthy. This feeling conviction is not something you can fake or force. It arises naturally when you have successfully impressed your desire upon your subconscious mind. This is why the repeated use of your imagination is so crucial. Each time you return to your imaginal scene, each time you step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are deepening this impression. Think of it like wearing a groove in a record. The first time you play the record, the needle may skip and jump, but with repeated plays, the groove deepens and the music plays smoothly. Similarly, as you repeat your imaginal act, the feeling becomes more natural, more habitual. It becomes your dominant state. This is the state from which creation occurs. When you can maintain this feeling conviction throughout your day, when it becomes as natural as breathing, you have mastered the art of conscious creation. Your outer world has no choice but to conform to this inner state. But what are those moments when doubt creeps in, when fear arises, when the old patterns of thought and feeling try to reassert themselves? These moments are inevitable. especially in the beginning of your practice. Do not be discouraged by them. Instead, see them as opportunities to strengthen your new assumption. When doubt arises, do not fight it. Fighting against the thought only gives it more power. Instead, gently but firmly return to your feeling of wish fulfilled. Remind yourself that what you see around you is the past. Your new assumption, your new feeling is creating your future. This brings us to another crucial aspect of using your imagination effectively, the concept of revision. Revision is not merely about changing your memories or rewriting your past. It is about recognizing that the past only exists in your mind and therefore can be changed in your mind. At the end of each day, take a few moments to review the events of your day. If there were any events that were not to your liking, revise them in your imagination. See them unfolding in a way that aligns with your desired state. Feel the satisfaction, the joy, the fulfillment of this revised version of events. By doing this, you are not denying what physically happened. You are changing the impact of that event on your subconscious mind. You are impressing upon your subconscious a reality that aligns with your desires rather than one that contradicts them. As you make this practice of revision a habit, you will find that your reactions to current events begin to change. You'll become less reactive, more peaceful, more aligned with your desired states of being. This is because you are literally rewriting the programs in your subconscious mind that govern your responses to life events. Now let us address the role of action in this process of conscious creation. Some people mistakenly believe that using their imagination means they can simply visualize their desires and then sit back and wait for them to magically appear. This is not the case. The use of imagination does not negate action. It informs action. When you successfully impress your desire upon your subconscious mind, when you truly feel your wish fulfilled, you will be inspired to take actions that align with this state. These actions will feel natural, even inevitable. They will not be driven by fear or lack, but will flow from your assumed state of fulfillment. This is a crucial distinction. When you take action from a place of lack, trying to get what you desire, you are actually affirming the assumption of not having it. But when you take action from the assumption of already having a desire fulfilled, you open yourself to infinite possibilities for its expression and expansion. So do not neglect action, but ensure that your actions are aligned with and flowing from your assumed state. Let your feeling guide your actions rather than hoping your actions will create the feeling. Now let us explore the concept of persistence in relation to feeling and imagination. Persistence is not about forcing or struggling. It's about maintaining your assumption, your feeling of wish fulfilled, even when the outer world seems to contradict it. This persistence requires faith, not blind faith, but faith born of understanding. Understanding that your outer world is a reflection of your inner state, and that as you persist in your new assumption, your world must reshape itself to match it. Think of yourself as an actor playing a role. When an actor takes on a role, they don't just memorize lines, they embody the character. They think as the character would think, feel as the character would feel, act as the character would act. This is what you must do with your desired state. Persistent thinking, feeling, and acting from the state of your wish fulfilled. Do this not with strain or effort, but with the natural ease of one who knows that this is their true state of being. As you persist in this practice, you may find that your outer world doesn't change immediately. This is where many people give up. They try it for a few days or weeks, don't see results, and conclude that it doesn't work. But remember, you are overturning a lifetime of habitual thinking and feeling. Give it time. The changes may start small, a shift in your own attitude, a new opportunity, a fortunate coincidence. Acknowledge these changes no matter how small. They are signs that your new assumption is taking root. Now let us delve deeper into the art of visualization. Visualization is not just about seeing images in your mind. It's about engaging all your senses to create a vivid multi-dimensional experience in your imagination. When you visualize your desire fulfilled, see it clearly. What does it look like? Notice the colors, the shapes, the details, but don't stop there. What sounds are associated with this scene? What do you hear? If it's a scene of success, perhaps you hear congratulations or applause. If it's a scene of relaxation, perhaps you hear the gentle sound of waves or birds singing. What do you feel physically? If your desire is for a new home, feel the texture of the doorknob as you open the front door. Feel the plush carpet under your feet or the smooth hardwood floors. If your desire is for health, feel the strength in your body, the ease of movement, the vitality coursing through you. What smells are present in your scene? The fresh scent of a new car, the aroma of a gourmet meal, the clean, crisp smell of a new office. Engage your sense of smell in your visual event. And if applicable, what tastes are involved? If your scene involves a celebration, taste the champagne. If it's a scene of health, taste the freshness of pure, clean water. The more senses you engage in your visualization, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. And remember, to your subconscious, there is no difference between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. But here's the key. As you engage in this multi-sensory visualization, allow the feeling of what we wish fulfilled to permeate your entire being. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the gratitude of having your desire realized. This feeling is what gives life to your visualization. Now, let's address a common question. How often should one practice visualization? The answer is, as often as you can maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Quality is more important than quantity here. A few minutes of vivid feeling-filled visualization are far more powerful than hours and hours of hearted mental pictures. Many find it helpful to practice visualization upon waking and before sleep. These are times when your subconscious mind is particularly receptive, but you can also engage in brief visualizations throughout your day. Whenever you have a quiet moment, close your eyes and step into the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Remember, the goal is not just to create pretty pictures in your mind. The goal is to impress upon your subconscious mind the reality of your desire fulfilled. And this is done through feeling. Now, let us explore another powerful tool in using your imagination effectively. The use of I remember when statements. This technique involves speaking or thinking about your desire as if it were a past event, something you're reminiscing about. For example, if your desire is for a successful business, you might say to yourself, I remember when I was just starting out, struggling to make ends meet. Look at how far I've come now with a thriving business and financial security. By framing your desires of memory, you bypass the logical mind's objections. It's easier for your subconscious to accept something as a past event than as a future possibility. Plus, when you remember something, you naturally evoke the feelings associated with it. Use this technique in your daily life. Engage in imaginary conversations where you and a friend are discussing your success as if it has already happened. Feel the pride, the satisfaction, the gratitude as you remember how far you've come. This practice combined with your visuals and feeling work creates a powerful impression on your subconscious mind. It reinforces the assumption that your desire is not just possible, but has already been realized. Now let us address a crucial point in the use of imagination: the importance of first-person perspective. When you visualize, when you imagine your desire fulfilled, it's essential that you experience it from your own point of view, not as an observer watching yourself. Many people make the mistake of seeing themselves in their imaginal scene, as if watching a movie of themselves. But this creates a sense of separation, a feeling that this is happening to someone else, not to you. Instead, see through your own eyes. Feel what you would feel in that moment. Experience the scene as if you are there right now living it. This first-person perspective is crucial in creating the feeling of your wish fulfilled. For instance, if your desire is for a new car, don't see yourself driving the car. Be in the driver's seat. Feel the steering wheel under your hands. See the road ahead through the windshield. Hear the purr of the engine. Smell that new car scent. Experience it fully from your own perspective. This first-person perspective helps to create a sense of immediacy and reality in your imaginal scene. It makes it easier for your subconscious mind to accept this scene as your current reality. Now let's discuss the role of repetition in using your imagination effectively. Repetition is crucial in impressing your desire upon your subconscious mind. But this doesn't mean mechanically repeating the same visualization over and over. Each time you return to your imaginal scene, approach it with fresh eyes and renewed feeling. Explore different aspects of it. Notice new details. Allow the feeling of fulfillment to deepen with each repetition. Think of it like visiting a favorite place. Each time you go, you might notice something new. A detail you hadn't seen before. A new perspective on a familiar view. Yet the essential feeling of that place remains the same. This is how you should approach your imaginal scene. The goal of repetition is not to memorize a scene, but to deepen the feeling of your wish fulfilled. With each repetition, you are wearing a deeper groove in your consciousness, making this new state feel more natural, more you. Now let us address a common pitfall in the use of imagination, the temptation to visualize the process rather than the end result. Many people, when trying to manifest a desire, focus on how it might come about. They imagine the steps that might lead to their goal. But this is a mistake. Your job is not to figure out how your desire will be realized. That is the job of the universal consciousness, which has infinite ways to bring about your desire. Your job is simply to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Focus on the end result. Imagine and feel the state of having your desire realized, not the process of getting there. When you focus on the process, you often introduce doubts and limitations. You may not be able to imagine how your desire could possibly come about. And this doubt undermines your assumption. Remember, the power is in the feeling of the end result. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let the infinite intelligence of the universe take care of the how. Let us now explore the concept of living from the end. This goes beyond mere visualization or periodic imaginal acts. Living from the end means carrying the feeling of your wish fulfilled into your daily life, allowing it to inform your thoughts, words, and actions. When you live from the end, you don't just visualize your desire for a few minutes each day. You embody the person who has already achieved that desire. You think as that person would think, feel as they would feel, act as they would act. This requires a shift in your entire way of being. It's not about pretending or play acting. It's about genuinely assuming a new state of consciousness. When you do this effectively, you'll find that your actions naturally align with your assumed state. For example, if your desire is for financial abundance, living from the end means feeling the security, freedom, and generosity that come with wealth. It means making decisions from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. It means carrying yourself with the confidence of someone who is financially secure. This practice of living from the end can be challenging at first. Your current circumstances may seem to contradict your assumed state. This is where persistence and faith come in. You must persist in your new assumption, even when your senses deny it. Remember, your senses only show you the effects of past assumptions. As you persist in your new assumption, as you consistently from the end, your outer world must gradually reshape itself to match your inner conviction. Now, let us address the role of detachment in the effective use of imagination. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care about your desire. Rather, it means you're not anxiously attached to seeing immediate results or figuring out how your desire will manifest. When you're detached, you can imagine and feel your desire fulfilled without constantly looking for signs of its manifestation. You trust in the process, knowing that as you maintain the feeling of your wish fulfilled, it must inevitably express itself in your outer world. Detachment allows you to live in the present moment while holding your assumed state. It frees you from the anxiety and doubt that can undermine your creative work. It allows you to enjoy the money of manifestation rather than being solely focused on the destination. Practice detachment by reminding yourself that your imaginal act, imbued with feeling, is the reality. What you see in the outer world is just a shadow, a reflection of past assumptions. As you persist in your new assumption, this shadow must change to match the new reality you're imagining and feeling. Now, let us explore the concept of revision as it relates to the use of imagination. Revision is a powerful technique that allows you to rewrite your past, and in doing so, change your present and future. The principle behind revision is simple. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between real and imagined events. By vividly reimagining past events in a way that aligns with your desires, you can change the impact these events have on your subconscious mind. For example, if you had a difficult conversation with someone, you can revise it in your imagination. See the conversation going smoothly, feel the mutual understanding and respect. Imagine the positive outcome you desire. By doing this, you're not denying what physically happened. You're changing the emotional impact of the event. You're impressing upon your subconscious mind a reality that aligns with your desires rather than one that contradicts them. Revision can be applied to any past event, no matter how long ago it occurred. You can revise childhood experiences, past relationships, career setbacks, anything that you feel is holding you back from fully embodying your desired state. As you practice revision, you may find that your reactions to current events begin to change. You will become less reactive, more peaceful, more aligned with your desired states of being. This is because you're literally rewriting the programs in your subconscious mind that govern your responses to life events. Now, let us address the importance of your concept in the effective use of imagination. Your self-concept, the beliefs you hold about who you are, is perhaps the most powerful factor in determining what you can manifest in your life. Many people struggle to manifest their desires because their self-concept contradicts what they're trying to achieve. They may visualize wealth, but deep down, they don't believe they're the kind of person who can be wealthy. They may imagine a loving relationship, but fundamentally believe they're unworthy of love. To truly harness the power of your imagination, you must be willing to revise your self-concept. This involves imagining and feeling yourself as the person who already has what you desire. It's not about creating a false image of yourself, but about recognizing and embracing your true, limitless nature. Remember, at your core, you are pure consciousness. You are not defined by your past experiences, your current circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are the awareness in which all these things appear, and this awareness, your true self, is infinite in its potential. As you use your imagination to assume your desired states, you are essentially recreating yourself. You are stepping into a new concept of self, a new understanding of who you are, and what's possible for you. This revision of self-concept is not always easy. It may challenge long-held beliefs about yourself and your place in the world, but it is essential if you want to create lasting change in your life. Now let us explore the role of emotion in the effective use of imagination. Emotion is the fuel that powers your imaginal acts. It's not enough to merely visualize or think about your desires. You must feel them. When you combine vivid imagination with genuine emotion, you create a powerful impression on your subconscious mind. This is because your subconscious responds more strongly to feeling than to intellectual thought. The emotions you want to cultivate are those you would feel if your desire were already realized. If your desire is for wealth, Feel the security, the freedom, the joy that comes with financial abundance. If it's a loving relationship you seek, feel the love, the connection, the companionship. These emotions should be so real, so intense, that when you open your eyes and return to your present circumstances, you carry with you a sense of fulfillment, as if your desire has already been realized. This emotional component is what distinguishes effective use of imagination from mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. When you can genuinely feel your desire as an accomplished fact, you are impressing it upon your subconscious mind as a reality. Now let us address the concept of persistence in the use of imagination. Persistence doesn't mean forcing or struggling. It means consistently returning to the feeling of your wish fulfilled, even when outer circumstances seem to contradict it. This persistence requires faith, not blind faith, but faith born of understanding. Understanding that your other world is a reflection of your inner state, and that as you persist in your new assumption, your world must reshape itself to match it. Persistence also involves patience. Remember, you are overturning a lifetime of habitual thinking and feeling. This doesn't happen overnight. Give your new assumptions time to take root and bear fruit. As you persist in your imaginal acts, you may face doubts, fears, or contradictory evidence in your outer world. See these as opportunities to strengthen your faith, to deepen your commitment to your assumed state. Now let us explore the concept of letting go in the manifestation process. This might seem contradictory to what we've discussed about persistence, but it's actually complementary. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your desire. It means releasing the anxiety, the need to control the constant checking for results. It means trusting that once you've impressed your desire upon your subconscious mind through feeling and imagination, the manifestation process is set in motion. When you truly let go, you enter a state of allowing. You're no longer trying to make things happen. You're opening yourself to receive what you've already created in your imagination. This state of allowing is crucial because it aligns you with the natural flow of manifestation. It removes the resistance that can block or delay the realization of your desires. Letting go also involves surrendering the how of your manifestation. Your job is to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. The manner in which it will come about is not your concern. Trust in the infinite intelligence of the universe to bring about your desire in ways that may surpass your limited understanding. As we near the conclusion of our exploration, let us reflect on the ultimate purpose of this practice. The use of imagination, the cultivation of feeling, the art of visualization. These are not merely techniques for acquiring material possessions or achieving worldly success. While they can certainly be used for these purposes, their true power lies in the transformation of consciousness they facilitate. As you master the art of feeling your wish fulfilled, as you learn to live from the state of your desire, realize you are essentially recreating yourself. You are stepping into a new concept of self, a new understanding of your relationship to the world around you. This practice reveals to you your true nature as a creative being. It shows you that you are not a victim of circumstances, but the author of your life story. It demonstrates that the power to shape your reality lies within you in your capacity to imagine and to feel. Moreover, as you persist in this practice, you may find that your desires themselves begin to change. As you experience the fulfillment of your initial desires, as you grow in your understanding of your creative power, you may find yourself drawn to higher aspirations. You may feel called to use your creative ability, not just for personal gain, but for the betterment of all. This is the true gift of mastering the art of conscious creation, the ability to shape not just your individual life, but to contribute to the shaping of the world around you. For as you change your own consciousness, you inevitably affect the collective consistence of humanity. In closing, my dear friends, remember this. Feeling is indeed the secret. Your ability to feel the reality of your desire to live from the state of your wish fulfilled is the key to unlocking the infinite portfolio that resides within you. Visualization is the tool by which you construct the platform for this feeling. And your imagination is the workshop in which you fashion your future. Go forth from here with this knowledge. Apply these principles in your daily life. Be aware of your feelings, for they are shaping your reality in every moment. Use your imagination consciously and deliberately to create scenes that imply the fulfillment of your desires. Visualize with all the power of your senses, but above all, feel the reality of your wish fulfilled. And remember, persistence is key. The world you see around you is the result of habitual feelings and assumptions. As you persist in your new feeling, as you consistently live from the state of your wish fulfilled, your world must reshape itself to match this new inner conviction. You have within you the power to create the life you desire. You are limited only by your ability to imagine and to feel the reality of your wishes fulfilled. Embrace this truth. Leave from this understanding and watch as your world transforms around you, reflecting the newfound mastery of your creative consciousness. Thank you, and may your journey of conscious creation be filled with joy, wonder, and the thrill of manifesting your deepest desires. My dear friends, we gather here to explore the profound concept of fixing your vision, a topic that transcends mere physical sight and delves into the very essence of your being and your power to create reality. As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to open your minds and hearts to a truth that may at first seem strange or even impossible. For what I am about to share with you is not based on the limited perceptions of your physical senses, but on the eternal truth of your divine nature. You see, my dear friends, your vision is not merely what you perceive with your eyes. It is not limited to the physical world around you. No, your true vision is far more potent, far more magnificent than that. Your vision is the lens through which you perceive and create your entire reality. It is the source of your experiences, your circumstances, and indeed your very life. Now, you may wonder, Neil, how can this be? How can my vision create my reality? To understand this, we must first grasp a fundamental truth. The world you see around you, the circumstances of your life, are not external to you. They are not separate from you. They are, in fact, projections of your consciousness, manifestations of your inner state. This may seem a bold claim, but I assure you, it is the absolute truth. The great mystical traditions have known this for millennia, and now even modern science is beginning to catch up to this ancient wisdom. Your consciousness, your awareness, is the one and only reality. Everything else, the world, your body, your circumstances, are but shadows cast by the light of your consciousness. So when we speak of fixing your vision, we are not talking about correcting your eyesight or changing what you see in the physical world. We are talking about something far more profound. We are talking about aligning your inner vision, your imagination, with the desires of your heart. We're talking about harnessing the creative power of your consciousness to shape your reality according to your will. Now, I can sense that some of you may be skeptical. You may be thinking, but Wayne, I've tried positive thinking. I've tried visualizing what I want, and yet my life remains unchanged. My dear friends, if this is your experience, it is because you have not truly understood the nature of your vision and how to use it. You see, merely thinking positive thoughts or creating mental pictures is not enough. To truly fix your vision and harness its creative power, you must enter into the state of the wish fulfilled. You must feel the reality of your desire with every fiber of your being. You must live from the end, experiencing the joy, the satisfaction, the fulfillment of your desire as if it were already accomplished. This, my friends, is the secret of manifestation. This is the key to fixing your vision and creating the life you truly desire. It is not about forcing change in the external world. It is about changing your inner state. your consciousness, and allowing the outer world to conform to this new inner reality. Let me give you an example to illustrate this principle. Imagine a man who desires financial abundance. He may spend his days worrying about money, constantly checking his bank balance, feeling the stress and anxiety of lack. This is his vision, a vision of scarcity and want. And so this is the reality he creates and experiences. Now imagine this same man decides to fix his vision. Instead of focusing on lack, he begins to feel the joy and security of financial abundance. He walks through his day feeling prosperous, generous, free from financial. He does not pretend or lie to himself. No, he enters so fully into this state that it becomes his reality and consciousness. What happens then? The outer world, which is but a shadow of his consciousness, begins to rearrange itself to match this new inner state. Opportunities for financial growth appear. Unexpected income arrives. His relationship with money transforms, not because he forced these changes, but because he changed the cause, his inner state, his vision. This, my dear friends, is the power you hold within you. This is the creative force of your consciousness, the divine power of your imagination. And it is not limited to financial matters. This same principle applies to every aspect of your life, your relationships, your health, your career, your spiritual growth. Whatever you can imagine and feel is real. You can manifest in your world. But here's where many stumble. They try to use their imagination as a tool to change things in the world. They visualize and affirm, all the while looking to the outside for results. This is backward, you see. Your imagination is not a tool to change the world. Your imagination is the very substance of the world. When you truly grasp this, when you understand that the world is within you, not you within the world, then you will have discovered the secret of fixing your vision. For then you will know that to change your world, you need only change your imagination. Now, some of you may be wondering, but Wayne, how do I do this? How do I change my imagination, my inner vision? The answer, my friends, is through the art of assumption. You must assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. You must enter so fully into the state of your desire that it feels more real to you than the evidence of your physical senses. This requires practice. Yes, it requires discipline of mind and emotion. But most of all, it requires faith. Not blind faith in some external power, but faith in the creative power of your own consciousness. Faith that what you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Let me share with you a technique that I have found immensely powerful in fixing one's vision. I call it revision. At the end of each day before you sleep, close your eyes and replay the events of your day. But here's the key. Revise them. See them not as they were, but as you wish they had been. Did you have a disagreement with a loved one? In your imagination, revise it. See the conversation going smoothly. Feel the love and understanding between you. Did you face a challenge at work? Revise it. See yourself handling the situation with confidence and ease. Feel the satisfaction of a job well done. As you practice this, you are quite literally rewriting your past. And in doing so, you are changing your present and future. Remember, time is but a concept in the human mind. In the realm of consciousness, all is now. By revising your day, you are fixing your vision, not just of the past, but of your entire life. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Wayne, isn't this just fantasy? Isn't this denying reality? My dear friends, what you call reality is but the fruit of past assumptions. It is the shadow cast by your previous states of consciousness. By revising, by assuming a new state, you are not denying reality. Remember, the outer world is dead. It has no life of its own. It is your consciousness that animates it, that gives it meaning and form. So when you revise, when you imagine things as you wish they were, you are not escaping reality. You are fulfilling your divine role as a creator of reality. This brings us to a crucial point in understanding how to fix your vision. You must grasp, truly grasp, that you are not a helpless creature befitted by external forces. You are the operant power in your world. You are the God of your universe. This may sound blasphemous to some, but I assure you, for what is God but the creative power of the universe? And where does this power reside? Not in some distant heaven, my friends. It resides within you. It is your very consciousness, your awareness. When you say, I am, you are invoking the name of God. For I am is the creative power of the universe, and you are that I am. Now, this is a profound responsibility, for it means that you and you alone are responsible for your life experience. There's no one to blame, no external force to credit or fault. Your life is the perfect reflection of your states of consciousness, of your vision. But oh, what freedom this brings. For if you are the creator of your reality, then you have the power to create anew. You have the power to fix your vision, to align it with your deepest desires, and to manifest a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. So how do we put this into practice? How do we fix our vision in a way that transforms our lives? It begins with clarity. You must be crystal clear about what you desire. Big wishes and half-formed ideas will not do. You must know exactly what you want to experience, to be, to have. Once you have clarity, you must then capture the feeling of your desire fulfilled. This is crucial, my friends. It is not enough to picture your desire in your mind. You must feel it. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the peace that comes with its fulfillment. For it is the feeling that is the secret of creation. It is the feeling that impresses your subconscious mind and sets in motion to the forces of manifestation. Now, as you cultivate this feeling, you must persist. This is where many falter. They glimpse their desire in imagination, feel it for a moment, and then return to their habitual state of consciousness. But to truly fix your vision, to create lasting change, you must persist in your new state until it becomes your dominant state of consciousness. Think of it like this. Your current life circumstances are the result of your habitual state of consciousness, your old vision. To change these circumstances, you must change your habitual state. You must make your new vision, your desired state, more familiar to you than your current reality. This requires mental discipline. It requires you to turn away from the evidence of your senses when they contradict your desire. It requires you to live from your imagination rather than your memory, for your memory only perpetuates the old. It is your imagination that creates the new. Let me give you a practical example. Suppose you desire a loving relationship, but your current experience is one of loneliness. To fix your vision, you would need to capture the feeling of being in that loving relationship. Feel the warmth of your lover's embrace. Feel the joy of shared laughter. Feel the deep sense of connection and understanding. Now, your senses may tell you that you are alone. Your memory may remind you of past heartbreaks. But if you are to fix your vision, you must turn away from these. You must persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, making it more real to you than your physical reality. As you do this, you will begin to notice changes. Perhaps you'll feel more confident, more open to connection. Perhaps you'll find yourself in situations where you can meet potential partners. Perhaps existing relationships will deepen and transform. These are all signs that your vision is beginning to manifest. There's a crucial point. Do not look for signs. Do not constantly check to see if your desire is manifesting, for in doing so, you're affirming its absence. Instead, continue to live from the state of your wish fulfilled. Continue to feel its reality, regardless of external circumstances. This brings us to another important aspect of fixing your vision. Detachment. You must detach from the how and the when of your desire's fulfillment. Your job is not to manipulate external circumstances. Your job is simply to maintain the state of consciousness, the vision of your wish fulfilled. The how and when are not your concern. They belong to what I call the law, the miraculous workings of the universe. They bring about the manifestation of your desire. Trust in this law. Have faith that once you have fixed your vision, once you have fully assumed the state of your wish fulfilled, the outer world must and will conform to this inner reality. Now, some of you may be wondering about the role of action in all of this. Surely you might think we must do something to bring about our desires. And you are right, action does play a role. But it is inspired action, action that flows naturally from your new state of consciousness. When you have truly fixed your vision, when you are living from the state of your wish fulfilled, you will find yourself naturally taking actions that align with this state. You won't have to force it. You won't have to struggle or strain. The right actions will occur to you. And you will find yourself effortlessly following through. This is the difference between action born of lack and action born of fulfillment. When you act from a state of lack, trying to get something you don't have, your actions are often strained and ineffective. But when you act from a state of fulfillment, already feeling that you are or have what you desire, your actions are inspired and powerful. Your actions are inspired and powerful. Let me share with you a personal experience to illustrate this point. Many years ago, I desired to become a successful author and lecturer, sharing these truths with the world. But at the time, I was unknown, with no connections in the publishing world. Instead of focusing on these seeming obstacles, I fixed my vision. I assumed the feeling of being a successful author and lecturer. I would fall asleep each night feeling the satisfaction of having shared my message with eager audiences. I would walk through my days feeling the quiet confidence of a respected teacher. And do you know what happened? Opportunities began to present themselves. I felt inspired to write, and the words flowed effortlessly. I found myself in situations where I could share these ideas with others. Gradually, my outer world aligned with my inner vision. Not because I forced it, but because I had fixed my vision and lived from that state. This, my dear friends, is the power you hold within you. This is the creative force of your consciousness, and it is available to you at every moment. Now, I want to address a common concern that arises when people begin to work with these principles. Many worry that by focusing on their desires, by seeking to create their reality, they are somehow being selfish or ignoring the needs of others. Nothing could be further from the truth. But when you fix your vision, when you align with your highest desires and live from a state of fulfillment, you become a blessing to everyone around you. You radiate joy, peace, and abundance. You inspire others by your example, and you are in a much better position to help others when you are coming from a place of fullness rather than lack. Moreover, as you work with these principles, as you begin to understand the true nature of consciousness and reality, you will discover a profound truth. There is no other. We are all one consciousness, individualized into seemingly separate forms. When you elevate your consciousness, when you fix your vision on higher states of being, you are uplifting all of humanity. This understanding leads us to another crucial aspect of fixing your vision, the importance of your concept of self. For your vision of the world and your vision of yourself are inextricably linked. You cannot sustain a vision of abundance, love, and success if you hold a concept of yourself as unworthy or incapable. Therefore, as you work on fixing your vision of your outer world, you must also work on your vision of yourself. You must assume the state of being the person who would naturally have and experience what you desire. This is not about pretending or faking. It's about recognizing and embodying your true nature as a divine, creative being. For instance, if you desire financial abundance, you must become in consciousness the type of person who naturally experiences financial abundance. How does such a person think? How do they feel? How do they carry themselves? Assume this state, embody it fully, and you will find your outer world reshaping itself to match this new self-concept. This principle applies to every area of your life. Whatever you desire to be, do, all have. Assume the state of being the person who already is, does, or has it. Live from that state, think that state. Feel from that state. This is what it means to truly fix your vision. Now, I want to address another common stumbling block that many encounter on this path. Often, when people begin to work with these principles, they become discouraged when they don't see immediate results. They fix their vision for a day or a week, and when their world doesn't instantly transform, they give up, believing it doesn't work. My dear friends, remember this. The seed must be planted before the harvest can be reaped. When you plant a seed in the ground, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You trust in the unseen processes of nature to bring forth the plant in due season. This is the same with the seeds you plant in your consciousness. When you fix your vision, when you assume a new state of being, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Trust that it is growing, even when you cannot yet see the results in your outer world. Moreover, understand that time is a concept of the human mind. In the realm of consciousness, where all creation takes place, there is only the eternal now. Your desire is already fulfilled in the realm of consciousness. Your task is to align your awareness with this truth, to live from the state of fulfillment, regardless of what your senses tell you. This brings us to the concept of what I call living in the end. To truly fix your vision, you must learn to live as though your desire were already fulfilled. This means thinking the thoughts, feeling the emotions, and even taking the actions that would naturally flow from the state of having your desire realized. For example, if your vision is of robust health, you would live as though you were already in perfect health. You would think the thoughts of a healthy person, feel the vitality and energy of perfect health, make choices aligned with maintaining excellent health. You do this not to make it happen, but because in consciousness it has already happened. This may seem challenging at first, especially when your current circumstances seem to contradict your desire. But remember, your circumstances are but shadows of past states of consciousness as you persist in your new state. As you consistently live from the end, your outer world must and will conform to this new inner. Now let's delve deeper into the practical application of fixing your vision. One powerful technique I often recommend is what I call the simple method. Before you sleep each night, enter into a state of deep relaxation. Then, with your eyes closed, construct a simple scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire. It could be a congratulatory handshake, the scene of you enjoying your new home, or any short symbolic representation of your wish fulfilled. Replay this scene over and over in your mind, feeling its reality until you drift off to sleep. As you do this night after night, you are impressing your subconscious mind with the reality of your desire, fixing your vision at the deepest level of your being. Remember, my dear friends, that fixing your vision is not a one-time event. It is a continual process, a way of life. It requires vigilance over your thoughts and feelings, a constant choosing of the state you wish to embody. As you persist, as you make this new vision, your habitual state of consciousness, you will find that it becomes effortless. You will naturally think, feel, and act from the state of your wish fulfilled, and your outer world will reflect this inner state with ever-increasing fidelity. In closing, I urge you to take this knowledge and apply it in your life. Fix your vision not on what has been or what seems to be, but on what you desire to be. Live from that vision, embody it fully, and watch as the miraculous creative power of your consciousness transforms your world. For you are the operant power. You are the God of your universe, and all things are possible to you. Go forth, fix your vision, and create the life you truly desire. Remember always,